looking live at the Benton Convention Center. It is WrestleCade 5 weekend, and it is the second annual Showcase of Champions. I'm Blake Chadwick alongside Scott Island, and more than a conqueror, Caprice Coleman. Gentlemen, what a way to kick things off tonight. 9 matches signed, 9 championship matches, including right now the AML Prestige title on the line.
That's right, we're hitting the ground running today, Blake, as Buku Dao, in what is going to have to be branded as a bit of a mismatch, is going to face off against the AML Prestige champion, Jordan Kage. Caprice, you faced Jordan Kage in the ring. The young man from Louisiana has got a bit of a challenge on him.
Why would you say it's a mismatch? Every match here tonight has looked at, has sides up and down. I believe it's going to be a very good night.
Buku Dao, no stranger to the Showcase of Champions. He was in tag team action last year. This will be his opportunity for singles gold and maybe a chance to now become a regular member of the AML roster. If he can knock off Jordan Kage and walk out of Winston-Salem, the brand new Prestige champion.
This is a great opportunity. I hope he has a really good match. It's going to be very difficult to beat the man walking to the ring right now. He is the epitome of class, Jordan Kage.
Is he paying you to say that or something?
Paying me? He doesn't have to pay me. I mean, if he chooses to. You know, Caprice, all I'm saying is I have never seen anybody get up from the fuzzy 8x10, including yourself.
Oh, you just going to go there just that early, right? Just that early, you're going to put it at the line.
Let's see if he's picture perfect tonight. The Los Angeles, California native, maybe his toughest test to date because he's yet to face Buku Dao. There's not a lot known about him in terms of an AML ring. This could be a big test here for Kage.
Absolutely. He's a ring veteran with a lot of experience. And I'm here to say, Caprice, this is a first time, and it would be a very big mistake to underestimate Buku Dao. He is quick as a hiccup and could very well walk out of here with the title.
And Buku Dao is not a stranger to single titles as well. He has a very good singles career. So if Jordan Kage is taking him lightly, he's going to be in for a long night.
Buku Dao recently lost the Wildkat Heavyweight Championship to Stevie Richards. So as Caprice said, very familiar with singles gold. And of course, Jordan Kage defeating Darius Lockhart about 2 months ago, back on September 24th, to become that AML Prestige champion. But if you go back a few months ago, the tournament final to crown the first ever Prestige champion, Caprice, you were in that match alongside Cedric Alexander, the Geordie Bulldog Sean Denny, and of course, Jordan Kage. Bring us back to that match and give us a little insight on what Jordan Kage might bring tonight.
Well, I think the best advantage he had that night was no one really knew much about him. And whenever you have somebody in the ring, much like you're stating now, that someone doesn't know much about, there's always that surprise antic that you can bring out. And when you don't know what to expect and it hits you, and if it's a fuzzy 8x10, you kind of wait for the next night to go on.
Could be a fuzzy night indeed for Buku Dao if that is indeed hit. Bell sounds, this one's underway. Showcase of Champions kicks off with senior official James Hunter assigned to this contest.
You want me to hold that title for you?
As Caprice Coleman.
I set the title right here.
He will have that Prestige Championship right in front of him, possibly looking to become the next challenger for that title. But will it be against Jordan Kage, or will it be against the situation, Buku Dao?
Well, you know, the greatest thing about the Prestige title is the fact that when you have the title, you always get a title shot for the AML Heavyweight Championship. So this is the go-to for that. And that is the way that Cedric Alexander lost his title. He didn't lose it in a match. He went to cash it in to get a World Championship title shot. It's
effectively a money in the bank, if to borrow a phrase. It's effectively, not only is it a championship that can be won or lost via pinfall or submission, Blake, it can also be cashiered at any point to face the AML Wrestling Champion.
It's an essential automatic number one contender situation, being able to cash it in, as you said, Scott, and go ahead and get a chance at that title. But Buku Dao certainly is going to be on the behind in this one, just based on the fact that we're looking at a size advantage for Jordan Kage, 5'10", 207, compared to 5 feet, 152 for Buku Dao.
Well, here's the deal. Buku Dao is not a stranger to being into the ring by being the smallest person in the ring. He's been facing this all his life. So this is only a surprise for the people that's watching, but not a surprise for him. He's used to this.
Yeah, I made some jokes when he came out, but I will say he is not to be underestimated. If you underestimate Buku Dao, it's a good way to get pinned. And Jordan Kage, I'm sure, is smart enough to take him seriously.
And it seems like in our opening few minutes, Jordan Kage, not a fan favorite here at the Benton Convention Center. Capacity crowd on hand, packing him in tonight for the second ever Showcase of Champions. What a way to kick off WrestleCade 5 weekend, the final 3 count. We have this great event, AML Wrestling Live tomorrow afternoon, and of course the big one, the big WrestleCade 5 event coming up tomorrow night. And to end the weekend, to cap things off, the Queens of Combat on Sunday. Gentlemen, this is just getting started.
That's right. We are at the forefront of what is going to be the biggest weekend of the year in independent wrestling, and nobody does it like WrestleCade.
I cannot believe this is going to be the last one. I can't believe it.
Well, everybody here in attendance is expressing similar remarks. I have to say, as this match kind of starts developing, this is not going to work to Buku Dao's strength to have it be a stand-up, standalone match. It'd be much better if they was moving in space. What do you think?
I think it'd be much better if he took off those breakaway pants. They're driving me crazy.
The slow down pace of Jordan Cage certainly is going to play to his advantage, as Buku Dao would like to turn things up a couple of notches. Sends him for a ride, and Buku Dao trips him up, and Cage goes right back to on his face, and Buku Dao goes right back to that crossface.
There you go. You look for that drop down to automatically happen. So if you well scout it and you plan to prepare for it, that's the way you can trip somebody up that's used to doing things.
And he has him right in the center of the ring here. Nowhere really for Jordan Cage to go.
The great thing about what Buku Dao is doing up to now is he's trying to keep him on the mat with an advantage. It's a great size equalizer, but as you see, Cage is getting right back up.
Side headlock applied by Buku Dao. Cage sends him for a ride off the ropes, ducks underneath the clothesline. Little reversal there by Buku Dao, and a deep arm drag takedown. One more time, and Buku Dao cinches in that armbar and remains on the advantage.
I love the excitement of this young man. I also like the game plan that he has. A lot of times when you see somebody that size, you expect them to be jumping off the ropes and all that. And I believe that's what Jordan Cage is waiting for, but he showed him he can work it on the mat as well, and that's what's exciting about this young man.
Very strong fundamentally, Blake, and that's going to serve him well, not just today. If he can manage to hang on to that, having a strong fundamental set really can serve you well as a champion.
And this would be, no pun intended, a showcase win for Jordan Cage, as this would be his toughest test to date in front of the biggest crowd he has faced. And Buku Dao once again remains on the advantage, slowing down the pace a little bit and grounding Jordan Cage. But gentlemen, just taking a look forward here tonight, the MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling, is in the house. The Rage title against the heavyweight title. We will see Ken Dixon and Drolix go one-on-one. The Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship will be on the line. The Wildkat Revolution Championship will be on the line. And of course, we know a couple of our other headliners. The Modern Vintage Wrestling Championship, Jason Kincaid challenging Pentagon Jr. And then, of course, in our big one, the main event, Sanjay Dutt defending that next-gen title, which he won last year at this event against PJ Black, one-on-one with Cody Rhodes.
You know, when you think about this showcase of the champions, we have more championships being defended than were on Clash of the Champions when WCW used to do this.
That's an excellent point there, Caprice. As Scott, you notice Buku Dao continuing to maintain the pace. Looks like he's trying to work over that left arm of the champion.
Well, he's just taking a point of balance and destroying it. You know, Caprice would tell you this is a fundamental wrestling move. And notice the pressure he's putting on the shoulder and on the elbow.
Well, when you don't know somebody that you're wrestling, you stay with it as fundamental as you can because you don't know what they're capable of. So you want to until something like that happens.
And that flying single-arm DDT will ground Jordan Cage once again, and right back to the crossface. Buku Dao is relentless with that crossface. And at some point in this match, you might think he's going to cinch it in at the right opportunity. Jordan Cage in the center of the ring, and we could see a new champion.
Well, here's a surprise factor. You see that Buku Dao has came in with a game plan. We have yet to see Jordan Cage's game plan. I think he's waiting for Buku Dao to do something aerial and capitalize. But I'm telling you now, Buku Dao has so many versatile movements that he doesn't have to stick with one game plan. So if Jordan Cage is only prepared for one thing, he might be in for a long night.
Little showboating there kind of put Buku Dao in a bad spot, but he's sitting on the top rope.
Cage, puts him right down, and Jordan Cage, overhead belly-to-belly suplex right into the turnbuckle.
And that will end the momentum for Buku Dao.
That's the opening that he needed, and now I think he might have time to take those breakaway pants off.
And we've seen Buku Dao on the offense for the majority of this matchup so far, but as you said, Caprice, this could be the turning point, and Jordan Cage could really go to work here with some offense. Lateral press, hooks the outside leg, only a near fall.
Well, like I said, he was looking for a door to open. I believe that was the door that he needed, and it'll take a while for Buku Dao to recover from that one.
A picture-perfect opening, if you will, for Jordan Cage. And now he could be setting him up for that fuzzy 8x10. as if you're Jordan Cage, you might want to end this one early.
Very pretty drop kick.
Picture perfect drop kick, if you will. Again, right to the kisser.
I'll give him that one.
And a near fall, but right now, Buku Dao in a very precarious situation as Jordan Cage firmly on the offense.
Now, Jordan Cage, one of the weaknesses in his game, he gets distracted awfully easily, and he is going at it with senior official James Hunter.
Oh, he's taking the breakaways off. There you go.
James Hunter here, he's checking in how much time's left.
I forgot my watch.
As it appears as if there's a little bit of a misunderstanding between James Hunter and our timekeeper. And that allowed Jordan Cage to really take an advantage.
Who's the timekeeper?
The person sitting next to you.
Hey, wait a minute. That's me?
As Jordan Cage now setting him up, turns him around, and
now,
jacks him right down with that reverse neck breaker.
That's just not a net breaker. That's a precursor to the fuzzy 8x10. Now we see a game plan coming from Jordan Cage, which he's working on the neck.
And when you see that fuzzy 8x10 executed, a lot of pressure, a lot of damage inflicted on that neck area.
Absolutely.
And as you said, Caprice, this really could be setting him up for the finish.
Now we see a game plan being played out. I didn't see one before. Now I see it.
Cage
very methodical,
pops
and he goes up.
And drops that knee right into the esophagus.
Was that a picture perfect knee?
Could do it. 1-2. Hooks the outside leg to no avail, but you notice Buku
Wow,
Dao.
and here we go again.
Looks like he's starting to struggle for some air.
He's easily distracted, and that's one thing that I might be able to capitalize to get this pretty thing in front of me.
Something to remember, Blake. This is a belt that can be transferred on a result of a disqualification loss. So if Jordan Cage puts his hands on James Hunter and Hunter calls for the bell, guess what? We have a new prestige champion.
That's an excellent point there, Scott, as this title certainly has a little bit different meaning than your traditional heavyweight championship and, of course, your tag team championships. And now Jordan Cage setting him up once again. Could the second time be a charm? And Buku Dao, well scouted, puts the boot right up.
And he went for the Jordan bomb, and Buku Dao saw it coming.
Well, this title forces it to be a fair match. It can change hands on disqualification, on somebody trying to cheat and pull a fast one on to keep the title. It forces you to have a clean wrestling.
And Buku Dao charging in, taking him out with a shoulder tackle. Puts him in position. Oh, not exactly sure what that's going on right there. Backslide now. He's got him. Oh, and James Hunter says the shoulders were not down. No fall right there.
It was stuck on his hair. It was the mousse. Too much mousse in the hair.
In a wheelbarrow position. And there's the wheelbarrow cutter.
There you go.
That could do it.
Cradle. 2 and 2.5.
That portends to an amateur background. You see that perfect cradle done by Buku Dao. He almost had him, Blake.
It looked like Buku Dao was right on the cusp of winning that AML Prestige Championship. And Jordan Cage appears to be on the ropes right now, gentlemen.
Absolutely. You're seeing the effect of them not knowing each other here because they don't know what to expect. And so the moves that are coming out are moves they've never seen each other do. So anybody can win this match.
And he spikes him down with the DDT. He needs to capitalize
Cover that man.
Now, I will give this to Jordan Cage. He intentionally went to the ropes.
2.
That's a veteran move. He intentionally got as close to the ropes as he could to get Buku Dao to have to pull him back inside for that count.
And Caprice, the ability to tie himself up in the ropes probably just allowed Jordan Cage to hold on to that title, as that was the difference between 2.5 and 3.
That was a definite veteran move there.
And now Buku Dao setting him up here. Puts him in position, slingshot. Oh, he's going to land on his feet. With an STO right to the guardrail. Buku Dao might be busted wide open.
Referee's discretion here. We don't know if that's going to be a disqualification.
No, he's just counting it.
Yeah, well, he's going to cause it to momentum.
And a very risky move by Jordan Cage to go for such a maneuver on the outside.
Absolutely.
Considering the title can change hands via disqualification.
Absolutely.
James Hunter extremely liberal in his call right here.
Man.
Because he had every right to call for the DQ.
Whoa! I thought that was it.
And Buku Dao's going to beat the count at just the nick of time.
Oh, man.
But now Cage putting him in position now. And once again going right back to work on that neck.
Oh!
There we go. I'm telling you, he's working on that neck. Here's the game
Puts him in
plan.
position. And a brainbuster suplex.
Well, I'll tell you, he's softening him up for the kill here.
That's got to do it. 1, 2. But he takes about 2.5 seconds to hook the leg. And that allows Buku Dao to stay alive in this one.
But both of these men are showing signs of fatigue here, but I am seeing Jordan Cage's game plan working to a T.
The resiliency of Buku Dao on full display. Many men would have been put away a long time ago, but now we're looking at a situation where he's on the comeback trail here, gentlemen.
Yeah, he's going to set him up for that fuzzy 8x10. Look at him, he's got him positioned.
It looks like he's in position for that fuzzy 8x10. He's got him right in the center of the ring. Buku Dao, he's going to stack him up. Here he goes, 1, 2, and the jackknife cover will only get a 2 count.
Oh, whoa! Super kick to the knees while he's on his knees.
Cage, 2, and Cage once again kicks out a 2.5.
That was close.
Would have been a major, major event. Buku Dao upsetting Jordan Cage to win the title. It almost happened.
And the situation tries to go to high-risk territory, well scouted by the champion.
I'm seeing a lot of very good veteran moves from Jordan Cage. He's very well scouted out this match now. I doubted him before.
Oh! And there's the backcracker out of the corner. And you have to think that might do Buku Dao in. 1, 2. Oh! 2 7/8.
And Jordan Cage cannot believe it. And frankly, Blake, neither can I.
James Hunter's hand was about to caress the mat for a 3rd time.
Man.
And it was only a 2 count. Buku Dao once again remains alive in this prestige matchup, our opener here at our 2nd annual Showcase of Champions.
Caprice, I'm surprised he can even move.
You have to respect the resiliency we are seeing from Buku Dao now. But you have to know the fact that his neck is being softened. Move my move.
And Cage will put him in position now. Buku Dao.
Well, this is not good for Cage, I don't believe, because you're putting Buku Dao in a place where he's feeling at home.
Perched up on that top rope. Could he be going for the double knees once again? Possible backstabber for the top rope.
Held on.
But to no avail. And now Buku Dao.
He's right at home now.
He's going to turn himself around. He's perched up on that middle rope. And he calls this the wasabi.
Oh!
And that top rope twisting STO is going to allow the momentum of Jordan Cage to roll all the way to the outside. You can see the frustration on
what is
Buku
Buku
Dao's
Dao
face.
doing? Oh, you can change the title in a count-out, young man. What are you doing?
Buku Dao utilizing his instincts, not thinking of the AML Prestige title rules here.
Well, sometimes that does slip through your head when you see somebody escape because he knew it was done intentionally. So his thing is to try to get him back inside of the ring.
And now Jordan Cage
There it is.
cuts him right off at the pass.
And he's singing soprano, and he's right in position. Here we go.
And here
Fuzzy
comes
8x10.
That fuzzy 8x10, signed, sealed, and delivered
That's going to do it.
by picture-perfect Jordan Cage, 2 and 3.
Picture perfect, Jordan Cage.
Buku Dao hit wasabi, but the momentum took Cage to the outside, and as Caprice Coleman said, the veteran